Good evening everyone, Dom here from Esports News UK with my latest weekly news recap stream, chatting about the usual goings on in UK esports and beyond as well. Lots of stories, lots of things, lots of chatting with you all, which is always good. I look forward to this, my sort of end of week news stream. And it's late today, obviously it's 10 PM and this is one of my riskiest streams because I've just put my kids to bed. I say I've just put my kids to bed. My twins went to bed at about 8, half 8, and my 5-year-old went to bed. It took him a while to get to sleep. He fell asleep about 9:30. So I've just come into the office to do this stream, and I thought, why not make it a sort of random stream where I've got my monitor here. The kids, they're going to wake up. This is on focusing on the twins. My wife is out tonight, basically, so I'm looking after the kids. And it's only going to be a matter of time before they wake up. So it could happen at any point. I'll probably, if that does happen, I'll probably just put the stream on pause, or I'll end the stream. But I'll probably pause it and see how I go. So I'm going to jump into it. Why not? Where shall I start this week? We've had more NLC updates. We've got the NLC Div 2, which has started now, from what I understand. Rising Dawn Esport at the top. And we've had some discussions and things on Twitter as well, which I'll come on to. Where shall I start? Shall I start with... I'll start with the Esports News UK stuff. Okay. Should have had this brought up, shouldn't I? I've done quite a bit this week. How long? Yeah, June 5th, June 6th. So, the most recent news, this isn't League of Legends, well, it is League of Legends, but it's League of Legends mobile stuff. Wild Rift. We've got a UK caster and XO Esports content creator. It's Stuart's been added to what is essentially the World Championship of the Worlds of Wild Rift. It's the Icons Global Championship, and Stuart's a part of that. It's Stuart, as he's known, and this was announced earlier today. I managed to get a quick scoop on this, and I spoke to Stuart ahead of the announcement.
My God, what have you done? You naughty person.
Jess, how's it going? Certic, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. How are you? I was wondering who are these 3, 4, 5 viewers that have joined earlier, and I was really gutted we couldn't make it earlier. So to anyone who doesn't know, let me just move that out of the way a minute. Why is that doing that? Oh, bloody hell. I should have said, actually, for anyone who doesn't know, we did this earlier. We did a Esports News UK community games in League of Legends, which was fun. So yeah, we had Lorx's Lions and Temporal's Tigers, and we won Lorx's Lions 1-0. We played a Summoner's Rift game, then we played a few ARAMs as well. So I'm going to try and do this every week now. Saturdays at about 1 PM UK time. Anyone's welcome to join. Jackalbat, who's volunteered for Esports News UK and has done some content for us, has kindly agreed to produce some like social clips and things like that of the matches, and we had a lot of fun. And I'm not around next weekend, so there'll be no stream next weekend, but I hope this continues now that I've sort of started it. I hope the community just continues. If you want to join the Discord, I've put a link in here. I think the viewers that are often on this stream are already part of this Discord anyway. Certic said, to be honest, I was very hungover, so it wouldn't have been a good time for you. Laughed my ass off. No worries, Jess, no worries. Duckliner says, only 2 EU casters at Wild Rift Worlds. Seems like a low amount. Yes, good point. It is a little bit low. Let's have a look. Let's bring this back up again. You've got a lot from Southeast Asia and a lot from North America, and then 2 from EU. So yeah, you are right, Ducklin. It's a bit of an uneven split there. Hell's Devil, I think, is Dutch. Yeah, it is Dutch, and It's Stuart is British. But he's been really excited to go. He spoke to me. It's in Singapore, Yeah, you would have thought really if they've got like 10 casters there, you would have thought they'd do 3 from each region and then maybe a host or someone from a different region or something like that. Yeah, I'm not fully sure why that was the case. Maybe we don't really have a lack of Wild Rift casters, do we, Duckling? Do you follow the casters that closely? I know Scoundrel has been doing a little bit, not that much. He sort of stepped back a little bit last year. So yeah, so that starts up. This is great as well. I didn't realise this until I spoke to Stuart that this is actually quite a long tournament. This is a big deal. This is $2 million, right? So this is the first sort of World Championship or Global Championship Wild Rift. There was one last year, which was called something else, which was like a Season 0 sort of, there we go, Horizon Cup last year, which was like a start-up tournament, right? But this is the first proper one. $2 million, but also it's a long tournament. This is going to be from June 14th, so in a few days' time, to July 9th. So it's kind of like an MSI, right, or a Worlds in League of Legends. This is a long tournament, 3 weeks or so. Stuart's going to be out there at the Suntec Convention and Exhibition Centre in Singapore. So I'll be honest, I'm not as excited to watch Wild Rift as I am normal League of Legends, but it's certainly starting to get its own scene now, its own esports ecosystem, and we've got a UK team out there as well, Rix.gg. They're starting in the playing stage after finishing runners-up at Wild Rift EMEA Championship Season 1 finals last month. They lost, unfortunately, in the final to Team Queso, I think it was. They've also got a UK player. So there's one UK player and one UK caster out there. That Snitch is the player who used to be Heroes as the Storm player for Dignitas years ago. And they've got it hard, everyone. Their first match out there in Singapore is against T1. So good luck, Rix. Great to see a UK org playing against T1. And you know what? I should shout about that, really. The fact that they're playing they're playing against T1. I should put a tweet or something out there, to be honest. So I'm going to make a note of that whenever their match is next week. I'll put something out on that because it's good to see a UK org playing against T1, the Korean Giants. Duckling says, I know there are a couple of league casters doing Wild Rift as well, Carmeline and Noah. Yes, oh sorry, you're correct. I forgot about that they were doing Wild Rift as well. Old LEC caster Stress as well. Also, I know a Dane Ryu who casts at the top European level. Right, okay. I must have missed the Stress thing. But I say I don't watch Wild Rift that much. So, yeah. But anyway, Stuart told me I had a nice Discord call with Stuart. Said I'm prepared, ready, and excited to watch some Wild Rift, and I'm excited because I only started casting less than a year ago, back in October 2021. I never thought I'd be going to the World Championship in Singapore. In terms of the favourite regions for the tournament, it'd probably be either China or Korea. No surprise there, same as like normal League of Legends, right? So FPX or KT Rolster respectively. KT Rolster finished 4th in the Horizon Cup last year, and Chinese teams Dakan and Thunder Talk finished 1st and 2nd respectively. So I think China are the favourites, and they have 4 teams competing at Icons. And he also said, you know, he thinks China and Korea are dominant regions because the mobile market, right, is so big in Asia, in the Eastern world compared to the Western world. Yes, and he also mentioned Nathan Edmonds and Sarah Legari as friends who support him as well. Viperoon, thanks for following. Thanks, Will. How are you? Good to see you on the stream. We're just chatting about Wild Rift. This was announced just earlier today, actually, around 4 o'clock. We've got Stuart out in Singapore for basically the World Championships. He's a UK caster out there next week. Well, he's out there now, actually. And yeah, Stuart also thanked his community, and people on stream have been asking him, are you going to Icons? Are you going to Icons? He hasn't been able to say anything until now. So that's been announced. So that's the first thing. I've actually had a few things in the works. I knew this was happening today, so I had that. And we've had this in the works for a little while here, and I'm really, really pleased with this interview. I'm really happy with this interview. I think it's a nice one. I like the headline. Frankie Ward, big fan of Frankie Ward. I think one of the UK's best esports hosts out there. And this was an interview conducted by Tom Taylor, aka Sneaky. Thank you, Tom, for doing this. Who was out in Antwerp for the PGL Major the other week, and he's conducted a series of interviews for Esports News UK. So we've got a few big interviews coming up. James Banks, Freya Spires, Harry Russell, and also Frankie Ward. And I think he's also spoken to the Irish, is it Irish Collegiate League organisers, or Irish CSGO? I don't know CSGO as well as League, obviously. So, but he's interviewed a bunch of people. And I really like this. I wanted us to talk to Frankie about her return to esports, the challenges of balancing parenthood with esports. I know what that's like, Frankie. Not quite what it's like for you, flying all over the place, but juggling parenthood with esports work is a challenge. So that was good to get her views on that, and also about being a mum as well. I don't know what that's like, obviously. So that's an extra challenge for her, an extra experience. And she brought her daughter out to Antwerp for this, which I really like. And she talks about how PGL were really nice and accommodating. But the other stuff we spoke about as well, challenges of social media. Dealing, we all see, don't we, people getting stressed, other casters, top tier, amateur, all kinds of casters and people in esports having to take breaks. Quickshot took a long break last week because he was burnt out. I think social media personally contributes to that kind of thing. So Tom had a good chat to Frankie about that stuff, talking about the ESL Impact women's circuit, her background in broadcasting and esports, and what's next for her as well. So really good if you want a sort of longer read about an esports host. Ducklin, the other casters out there, learning from Frankie. She hasn't done a ton of League over the years. I think she's only done like one or two. I don't know how many, but she's done a few League of Legends events. But obviously she's more well known for her CSGO work, and she's also done Dota and stuff like that, right? Although she did say in here, and I am going to reshare this interview at some point, she said, I would love to work in Rocket League because I love the people in the scene, and I know people won't compare CS and Rocket League very often, but I think they're very similar in offering an accessible new viewer experience. Absolutely. So Frankie, are we going to see her on the Rocket League stage soon? Viperin says, yeah, very sad times not to see Carmeline going. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I wasn't super aware. I know Carmeline from doing her League stuff, but yeah, I forgot about the Wild Rift stuff. Ducklin says she's been on LEC as a guest a couple of times. That's it, Ducklin. Yeah, that's what I remember Frankie from. And actually, when Tom asked her about her background, she got into esports at a sort of starting professional level at the same time I did. League of Legends World's quarterfinals at Wembley in 2015. So she was working on the web side of things for the BBC, and realised, oh wow, this is great, I want to work in this. And similar to me, I just turned my blog into Esports News UK at the time, and shout out to Swipe Right PR who got me in press pass, interviewing big players like Fabivan and ex-Peke and all of that stuff. So Frankie and I started at a similar point, but she's gone on to do much bigger and better things than I have. But nonetheless, I'm still providing something for the community, right? And delighted to be doing so. So yeah, those are those two. I've done a few other interviews here as well. This one I won't. This is an in-depth interview that I spent quite a lot of time on, and this guy Stephen McKerrow, he's a founder of a really cool custom gaming mice company called Mouse Skins, based in the UK. And I was blown away when he reached out to me on LinkedIn a while ago, and he showed me some of these products. They're expensive, about 450 quid if you want a custom thing. You buy it from their online web store. They buy the products new, like a Def Adder, but then they customise it, right, to how you want, or whatever else. What was that? I think there's a dog barking outside, and my baby monitor's picking it up, which is annoying. I hope it don't wake my twins up. We'll see. We're playing the game tonight. Anyone who's tuned in, how long can Dom stream for before his twins wake up? I'm looking after the kids tonight. My wife is out, so I've got my baby monitor here with the twins. How long? How long is it going to take? We're streaming for 23 minutes at the moment. We'll see how long. They usually wake up after an hour or two, so we'll see how we do. And they've been asleep for like an hour and a half already. So yeah, we shall see. But anyway, yeah, I won't go too much into this because again, it's a nice long read. Like you can see, it's a video interview as well. I just think, I don't do interviews like this with any company. I get a lot of requests from random companies. Can you interview us? Can you do this? I don't do this that often, but I've got a good feeling about this company, and I do think in the future we're going to see more pro gamers with proper nice customised mice. We don't have it at the moment. You know, Stephen asked a question: why does the players at the same esports team have similar mice? Okay, yeah, they might change their DPI settings and things like that, but you can actually customise a lot of the casing, right, to make it lighter, or to change the click. I don't know what he called it. All this technical stuff, right? I like that. I really like that. How you can customise your mice. But anyway, and no, he didn't pay me to do this. This is not a promoted thing. I'm just interested in it. Look at that. That's Fernando Alonso's mouse. That's awesome. The F1 driver. So yes, did that. Let's have a look at other stuff I've done as well. Yes, 450 for an effing mouse, Certic. What? Be right back, getting the Warhammer paint. Yeah. And he's experimented a lot, right? He had an accident. He had a cycling accident before lockdown and was stuck indoors for ages. Noticed his Death Adder or whatever mouse he had was falling to pieces. And, you know, that was his task. He had nothing else to do while he was in that long recovery time. And he was basically like, how can I make this mouse better? Right, because everything else is working on the mouse. The sensors are working, the buttons are working, but it looks like a piece of rubbish. It's dirty, it's all faded, it's falling apart. And that's how he did it. He started doing lots of cool designs and things like that. Yes, it is insane. But he has said, Certic, that hopes to get to the point where as they become more mass-produced, you can get more affordable ones, right? They're expensive at the moment because they're a small start-up company. And it takes them a lot of manpower, a lot of time to, put a custom mouse together. So they don't want to take on thousands of orders for low prices. That's why the price is a bit high. But wait a year or two. I've got just good feelings about it. I like to think I've got good sort of intuition and first impressions with companies and things. I've interviewed so many over the years. I've just got a good feeling about them. So yeah, that could come down in price at some point. But yeah, expensive for now, very expensive. A few other stories here. I'm going to just go through these bit by bit before we jump onto some of the global stuff and the other NLC, not drama, but interesting stuff that's happened as well. I like this. I wrote a story a year ago about Cadril, the LEC caster and XL content creator. No, not that one there. This one here. Where he basically was in a solo queue game and his master tier top laner was going through a difficult time. He said, I'm uninstalling, jumping out my window and uninstalling the game. I'm done with life. You know, quite not very nice things he was going through. His parents were getting divorced, selling their house, had to move school, lost a lot of LP. He wasn't in a good place. Cadril was sending him a lot of supportive messages during the match, friended him at the end of the game, learned that this player had a rubbish laptop, 40 FPS, couldn't play the game properly. Cadril bought him a new PC. You know, it's nice if you've got the money to do that, and that's lovely what Cadril's done. And he really remembered it, this guy, and he's given him updates. Well, it turns out now, this player, he was 17 last year, he's 18 now. He's now challenger, and he's a challenger top laner in the DACH Prime League circuit. He's in Division 3, okay, so it's not the top division, but still good to see some development, and he wants to become pro now. So I like this, that we've had a follow up to this story, and Cadril tweeted about it the other day, and it got a lot of likes and retweets. And yeah, Cadril said, "This is heartwarming as hell. 1 year later, my man is in a team and hit challenger." And yeah, can we see this? I can't see it that well here. Let me go back. Basically, he said, this player said, hang on, let me bring it up again. 4 days ago last year, I was in a tough spot. I can't express my gratitude and thank Cadril enough about holding up my end of the deal. I'm in a good team in the Prime League. The team is called Divizon, and they're in Division 3.1. And if they win this split, we're promoted to the second division, which should be a good start to my career, hopefully. I'm going to grind solo queue really hard and make a big name for myself. And his name is Shihan now, Shihan, Korean for deadline and Japanese for a master teacher. I wouldn't be here today without you, Kadriel. Thanks for everything. So really nice. As I understand it, he's based in the UK. I'm not 100% sure of his nationality. I think he speaks a couple of different languages, but he's based in the UK, and it's just a nice story. I like covering stuff like that. We have enough drama in esports and things. It's nice to get a decent story for once. It's pretty rare, so I'm going to cover stuff like that because I like it, and that stuff can usually do pretty well. You put Kadriel in a headline, it's going to do quite well on Google these days, everyone. No surprises there. Ducklin says, by the way, I saw that Eddie Lemon wrote an article on Esports News UK. He interviewed me when I made EU Masters and was really good. Will he be writing more articles in the future as well? Yes, I saw that, Ducklin, and the reason I didn't read it, I saw that too late. I didn't realise I saw it. I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. Yes, Eddie Lemon did it. Let's bring up the article he did on you. So Eddie Lemon is a student at the University of Chichester, an esports student. I think he's just graduated, and he's writing for The Gaming Global at the moment, covering CSGO, Valorant and Rocket League. So he's doing some journalism stuff. I do think a lot of this stuff, this is slightly less esports and it's slightly more patch notes, champion updates, best Valorant Sentinels, that kind of thing. Not so much the stories of the esports community. Hey, but I do stuff like that every now and then. It's good to do that stuff. And here we go. Yeah, the best inspiration is seeing others make it. So this was almost 2 months ago now. Ducklin's called up to the EU Masters at 18 years of age to cast alongside the likes of Goldborg and Medic. I interviewed Ducklin about his feelings, and I like this. I like the layout of the article, the images. Yeah, he's breaking it up nicely. He's got some actual video clips with Ducklin, and yeah, it's really nice. So yes, so the thing he did with me was this Chichester Uni thing. If I put in Chichester Esports Day, I should. Here we go. This was the Challenger Cup. So this was Chichester Uni's first sort of broadcast. You can see a bald dude there sitting there taking notes for Esports News UK. And I thought, right, rather than me write an article on this, Eddie was already taking pictures and taking notes anyway. So I said to him, if you want to do this for Esports News UK, happy to put it on there, and then you've got something extra for your CV, you know, and all that stuff. I like to help give people, you know, stuff for their portfolio, build up some work and all that stuff. You know me, I'm still looking for funding money. I can't have a team at the moment, but I'm happy to do this stuff. And I gave him lots of feedback on it. I thought it was a well-written piece, broke it up nicely, all about like the on-air team, the two teams that played, how the students put it together. Okay, so this event was all run by students, only students, which is interesting. And yeah, I was going on about Connor or Connie, because I think he's going to be a future star on a, you know, talent. And he was in an interview, and he really reminded me of James Banks. I found the new James Banks, and James Banks liked that as well and commented on it as well. So yeah, anyway, I'm digressing a little bit here, going off on a tangent. But yes, I did speak to Eddie the other day. So what I've been doing recently, everyone, is chasing up. We've got some events coming up. We've got Epic LAN, we've got Insomnia, we've got the British Esports Student Champs that I can't make, the British Esports one. I don't think I can make Epic LAN. So I'm looking to send people to those. I will be at Insomnia. Jackalbat's going to be there as well, who's helped me before. And we're looking for 4 other writers. I haven't announced that on Twitter yet. I'm currently talking to my current volunteers, people that have helped in the past to build this up. I did speak to Eddie the other week, and I think what he said was, yes, he's interested here and there, but I do understand he's getting paid for the stuff he's doing for that the global gaming site. So might not be doing loads of stuff. Maybe he'll do the occasional thing here and there, but he's a good contact to have nonetheless, and you know, happy to promote his work and stuff he does in the future. So yeah, long answer for you there, Ducklin, but that's hopefully answered you there. Where was I before? We were on another article, weren't we? Did I finish with it? Yes, I did finish with it. So OJ Borg has done a bunch of ESL Intel Extreme Masters events and other esports events over the years. I thought this was an interesting one, given all this discussion around like army. Should the army be at Insomnia? You know, promoting to children and younger people, blah blah blah. I'm doing a big feature on that. Hopefully it's going to be done in the next week. I've had a lot work piled up. I've spoken to a lot of people, Army, lots of people in the community to get their views on it. But yeah, OJ Borg is going to be hosting a new show dedicated to UK Armed Forces esports activities. This is with the BFBS, the British Forces Broadcasting Service, that produces radio content for and around the armed forces, so the Army, Navy, RAF, that kind of stuff. And this first show starts June 21st from 6:30 UK time. And it looks pretty good. I think OJ Borg is a great presenter. He works on BBC Radio 2, I think it is, as well. And yeah, really good. Really, I think this is an interesting one. I do think the armed forces do some good work in esports. They have, it's good if you're in the military. Esports has become a popular hobby for people to do, for squaddies and people to play against each other, friends and family. It's a good way for them to unwind. It's just, the whole thing of promoting insomnia and other things, as some people don't like that. They think it's wrong to target younger people with potential recruitment. Army have said to me, it's not recruitment, it's awareness building and stuff like that. Some blurred lines there, but I'll cover all that in my feature. But yeah, I think that's quite a cool story. This is one that got some little bit of negative feedback from the community. Method, the UK World of Warcraft Guild and Esports Org, they've announced this, and some of you might be going, blockchain gaming project, blah blah blah. I don't think it looks that bad. They've teamed up with Every Realm, and they've said, after they had a bit of criticism, Sko, the founder of Method, came out and said, this is not an NFT sell project. Method Meta Guild, it's a separate entity focused on blockchain gaming titles, not World of Warcraft, and the Method Warcraft Guild is not involved in this project. I think he had to make that clear because it's got Method and Guild in the name. So when people see that, they think, what's going on with Method here? But it is a separate thing. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's okay to see esports orgs experimenting with this stuff. I do think it's part of the future, this metaverse and NFT stuff. It doesn't have to be. We'll see how it evolves, right? But yeah, they've said they've had 3,000 gamers playing blockchain-based games under the Method Meta Guild banner already signed up, and they're doing things in games like Axie Infinity. These other games I've never heard of, Deletion, Planet Mojo and Cyborg, never heard of them. But they want to do an esports type offering, right? So they've had their first Method Meta Guild esports event at MG Showdown, 2-day elimination Axie Infinity tournament, competing for a prize of 150 AXS tokens. I don't know how much they are worth. Don't ask me how much Axie Infinity tokens are worth. But yeah, one of the reasons I covered this, obviously Method are a big UK org, but also I found this interesting what Sko said. He said a separate entity from Method. It's similar to a traditional esports team, but operates on blockchain gaming. Focus will be to create content, work with competitors, put on events, and what you'd associate with an esports team. I understand a lot of people are skeptical about blockchain. There's been a lot of bad actors in the crypto space, but the tech itself has a lot of potential, and if it's used in the right way, I think it could be very positive and a big win for everyone involved. So yeah, I do notice certain stories I put out don't get many likes. This tweet got no likes, so it just shows you, I think some people just don't care about this stuff at all. But hey, it's Method, and they're a well-known name, so I wanted to cover it. Ducklin said, great to hear that Eddie will be popping up every now and again on EN UK. Really thought he did a great job interviewing me in the article he already did for you. Yeah, he is definitely a future talent. He really impressed me, Ducklin, at the Chichester event. He reminded me of me, how many years ago now? Oh, bloody hell. Like 15... No, hang on. Oh, someone's followed me. Lauren, how's it going, Lauren? Thanks for following. Thanks for playing the community games earlier. I really enjoyed that. And shout out to Lauren while we're here. If you're unsure who Lauren is, I did an interview with Lauren. This was a while ago now, right? It was at Insomnia, but I published the article last month, 1 month ago today. And Lauren works on the NUEL's Women and Non-Binary University Tournament, so the League of Legends, right, from what I understand. But I spoke to the person responsible for Valorant as well. It's like quite a big. There we go, Twillen. Yeah, really good. Really good work that the NUEL does there. And Lauren, please send me press releases and things for upcoming tournaments. I sometimes miss things, and then I'm on Twitter and it's like, and I see the NUEL tweeting out, "Hey, it's our final for the League of Legends Women's thing." It's like, I've missed the whole thing again. Feel free to just bug me. You've got me on Discord and stuff, so feel free to not bug me, but send me a message, and I'm happy to cover this stuff more in the future. So yeah, thank you. Hi, hey Dom, hi. We were just chatting about, what were we chatting about before? Where have I gone from? Oh yeah, Method Meta Guild. We'll move on from that. I'm just going through the week's stories and some of the global stuff here. Yeah, but let's open up some of these. I really like this Fnatic new esports performance facility. I don't know if you people in the chat saw this in the week. I saw quite a few mainstream publications covering this as well. It's a nice press release and lots of pictures and behind the scenes video that Fnatic put out. I'm impressed with this. This is a new esports training centre in Berlin. They've opened it with BMW, and it's predominantly the League of Legends LEC team out there. And it's got a bunch of things: in-house gym, kitchen with appliances supplied by Hisense, changing rooms, relaxation and recreation area, table tennis tables, game performance rooms, content studio, BMW sim racing rig, office space, match review room, all this stuff you'd expect. But when you look at the video, I like how there's Pete from Fnatic. I like how orgs, we've definitely moved from that gaming house trend now, haven't we? Right. When I look at these facilities now, let's jump ahead a bit more to the facilities. When I look at these facilities, it feels more like an office. Look at this. Look, this feels more like an office, or where pro footballers will play at Arsenal Stadium or whatever stadium. They have an eating area like this. It's not a messy gaming house. They're eating together. This is what professional sports teams do. And it's looking now more like an office sort of, not a traditional office, obviously. Some cool offices like Google and all these places will have recreation areas like that. I thought my youngest twin had woken up then, but you can see if you can hear him snoring. Oh no, I need to put it up there, don't I? I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, he's a snorer, Oliver. Lauren said, "Thanks again for covering it. I really enjoyed working on it with you." Yeah, likewise, Lauren. It was good to do. We need to highlight stuff like that. I'd like to think I'm a big advocate of women in esports diversity in general as well. Since day one, I've been doing Esports News UK, and a lot of things have changed since then, but a lot of things haven't as well. There's still work to do. We have more tournaments now, women's and non-binary and diversity tournaments now, but there are still some things that are still the same, like the toxic comments and things we get as well. It definitely feels more professional. Certic says, "Working with Dom on anything is pretty chilling, to be quite honest." Thanks. Yes, I like to think so. Well, not everyone would have said that, Certic, but I like to think, I've had some good colleagues over the years that would have said that as well, which is nice. Ducklin says, "New studio looks great. Maybe they can win a title again soon, please. It's been way too many years." I completely agree. Kyotia, thank you for following the stream. I completely agree with you, Ducklin. It's about time Fnatic won something now. I've made a comparison with Fnatic over the recent years. They're like the Arsenal of esports. They're good in the tournaments. They can get to latter stages. They can go on bad runs, and they can go on really good runs as well. I want to see some consistency from Fnatic now. I like what they've done in the most recent split, and they were a bit unlucky at Worlds last year, weren't they, with the whole upset thing? Who knows how that might have been different? But I hope they're changing their culture a bit, Fnatic. I have seen people saying it was a bit of a toxic culture, or not toxic culture. There was an implication that it was a bit difficult. The whole Whippo stuff, upset. There's this implication that behind the scenes, maybe Fnatic could be a little bit better. I think if they can get that right, they absolutely can do a lot better. A bit mesmerised by this ping pong playing here. I used to play ping pong. I don't know why I'm calling it that. Table tennis is what I used to call it. But anyway, yes, it does look really good. And I had a bit of an image gallery as well, which I put on our Facebook page. Facebook, I mean, who uses Facebook in esports? But hey, I like to promote different channels and things where I can. It all helps a little bit. Yeah, some really nice pictures here. I love this. I love this room here. The you know, the team room. Interesting that these like are individual desks. You know, they feel very individual. Usually teams, you have it. I know I might be overthinking things. You usually have one long desk, don't you? I wonder what the thinking was behind that, because it almost, you know, you don't want them to feel like they're. Well, you do want them to feel like individuals, but you want them to feel like they're part of a team, right? This, when I look at this, if I'm a player sitting down on this, and I see my face up there, I don't know. I don't know with the psychology. I would probably feel like, oh, it's all about me. You know? I don't know. Maybe I'm looking into that a bit too much. I don't know what you think. But I would have liked a long table here rather than individual one. Maybe it's modular, right? Maybe they can move the tables around. Maybe that's why they've done it. If that's the case, that's pretty cool. Because you could move them around, and if you're duoing with a teammate, you can push the tables opposite each other and stuff like that. That might be why they've done it. These tables look like they're pretty modular to me. Querta says strapboard in the other room though. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Yes, there is. Yeah. You can see that there. We've got any ultra zoom in. I like this as well. This feels like a house, doesn't it, or an apartment or something. I think they do have a picture of the strap thing. No, they don't. No, you have to sort of zoom into it. Well spotted, Querta. Well spotted there. What else we got here? Let's go through some of the other. Now, I was a little bit slow on this news, admittedly. Don Jake and Rude Dude, 2 UK casters, heading up the English LFL French League broadcast for the summer season. I was a week late on this news, but to be fair, I did get some extra stuff because I spoke to both of them and I got some comments in. A couple of great guys with nice personalities, strong personalities, especially Don Jake. And he spoke about his background and striking up friends with Jamada and getting into the UK League of Legends and things like that. And, you know, he had a joyous introduction to his first time consistently casting an ERL, European Regional League. We had the opening banger game of all bangers in LDLC versus BDS Academy. I've seen some interesting games as well. Who was it who beat... God, I can't remember who it was now. Someone beat Carmine Corp. Oh, and I can't remember the team's name now, but they had 2 former Excel players, or I can't remember who they were. Inax, and there was someone else in there. Checo Lad, that was it, which I thought was interesting. So they're doing well. And Rude Dude as well gave me a few comments. Said LFL's proven itself to be the best region in Europe for a couple of years now, and I demand nothing less than that from myself to do it justice. Oh, uh-oh. Who's that? Well, I can only see one of them. Oh, yeah, she's up. She's up, isn't she? The madam is up. And how long have we been streaming? 47 minutes. So I don't know what we're going to do here. Shall I put it on pause? Duckling says LFL English is big. Very good news, honestly, for 2 deserving people as well. I completely agree. Kurt said it's always crazy to see offices and the headquarters of some orgs. Personally, a huge fan of Sector 1. Yes. I have to go and put this little madam back to sleep now. So I'm going to mute this. I'll put this on a be right back thing. And let's see how long. Maybe you can play. I mean, I don't expect anyone to stick around. But maybe you can play a game. How long can Dom get them back to sleep? Sometimes she goes back to sleep by herself. She's sort of just looking around at the moment. Do I dare say on the monitor, go back to sleep? Because I've done that before and it can set them off, start crying sometimes because they hear my voice and then they want me. So, yeah. Oh. I thought she was going to lay down again then, but I don't think she is. Now, yeah, maybe she is. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I'll get some music ready and I'll put it on Be Right Back, and I'll try and get her back to sleep and see if I can come back, because I'd like to keep chatting and keep doing this stream. So let's see how we go. I'll be back hopefully in like 10-15 minutes. Oops. I think I've been very lucky. I think I've still got the 8 views. I think she went back to sleep by herself, which is pretty amazing. That's one of my twins. She's 2.5, so for her to sort of wake up and then go back to sleep herself, that's a bit of a milestone. That's winning. That's good. That's good. Very good news for me, because I don't have to faff about try and get them back to sleep again. So where were we? Let's go back to where we were here. I was talking about something when oh yeah, Don Jake LFL. So yeah, I must try and tune into some of these streams. I struggle even just following the NLC Div 1 because I have so much going on and so much to cover. So I probably do need helpers to help me watch some of that stuff in case I miss anything. But yeah, I would like to watch some of the LFL stuff. And this is with, what they're called now? Northern Arena. There we go, Northern Arena. Yes, so that's that one there. Moving away from League, I do have some other League stuff. Endpoint, the UK org, have signed a former CSGO major winner. This is quite interesting news. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name. I did hear how you pronounce it properly, but not going to pretend to follow CSGO closely enough to pronounce his name properly. But yeah, he sort of announced his retirement last year and has come back. And with a focus on like his health and his well-being and stuff like that, and he's in a much more positive space than he was before. Now, shout out to Dexerto's Louis Mira, I hope I pronounced that right, really good journalist, and he did a great interview with this player a couple of months ago. As you said, I'm much stronger physically and mentally, so well worth watching that. If you are interested in CSGO, you like Endpoint, you like UK CSGO, this is a big sign-in for him, and it is a perfect fit. I actually put a tweet out the other day, which was sort of kindly retweeted by the newsletter people that I was talking about. Send the tweet. When you do, it will show up here. Where's all my tweets gone? What the hell? There we go. I think all my tweets have disappeared then. Now, where did I put this? I did this the other day here. Here we go, yeah. If anyone can save UKCS, it's a Dane. I like what Reed TLDR, this is a really good CSGO newsletter, said about him joining Endpoint in the latest newsletter. Endpoint get a player whose peak is major MVP level. He gets a team built around him to show what he can do and gets to warm up back into Tier 1. It is a win-win. It is a win-win. I think it's an interesting pick-up. It's got to be one of the biggest signings a UK org has made in Counter-Strike, and very interesting. So let's see how that goes, how Endpoint do with him. They're actually playing in, and that segues me pretty nicely. They're going to be playing in the ESL Pro League Season 16 conference, and we've just this evening had the caster lineup announced for that, and we've got here Veracity, who's doing a lot of work at the moment. She's done a lot of tournaments and things. I think she's just done ESL Impact out in Dallas. She said, studio bound again, time to rock this show with another stacked lineup. So I like this lineup here. We've got a lot of real future sort of up and coming, not even up and coming, some reasonably well established talent here, including Veracity, Neo Kai, also from the UK, and a few others. Lucy is one to watch. Frankie Ward mentioned Lucy actually as one to watch in her interview, and Alan Hender and a few others, Eternal J. So yes, that's going on. Does it say when it's starting? The talent lineup is locked in. I know Endpoint are playing in that. I think this starts very soon. If I have a look, I think I had here we go. This starts. I'll probably do an article on this tomorrow. This starts 16th of June, so next week, $15,000 prize pool. And yeah, we don't have like many. We've got, oh yeah, there we go. From the ESL UK Premiership, UK and Ireland Premiership, we've got Endpoint in there. So yeah, he will get his sort of debut with Endpoint at this tournament. I don't think there are any UK players other than Mighty Max and Surreal on Endpoint. No, so there's a mix of teams there. Good luck to Endpoint. Good luck indeed. What we've got here, Curtis said, Into the Breach Dota, always biased to Into the Breach. Great for UKCS, especially hoping Endpoint can really kick on. Yes, I think I'm going to come on to Into the Breach Dota. When did I do that story? Because I try and do this once a week, these streams. So if I wrote that story just before last week's stream, I probably wouldn't cover it. I can't remember if I covered that on last week's stream. I think I... When was June the 5th? Sunday. Oh, no, I didn't cover it. I'll come on to it. I might as well come on to it now, right, as you like Into the Breach. I like Into the Breach too. They've signed the Chicken Fighters Dota 2 roster featuring UK player Ari. He's one to watch and a real talent, Into the Breach told me. Matthew Walker. So yeah, and this roster also includes Russian carry Otakar, Czech Republic mid laner Supreme, Swedish offlaner Zibi, I hope I pronounced that right, and Ukrainian hard support player Kidaro, as well as the UK player Ari, and Swedish team manager Isolo is on board as well. And this does mean, sadly, Into the Breach parted ways with their previous Dota 2 roster, which did have 2 UK players on it, Adzantic and Tanner. So they parted ways with them. They announced this May 23rd, so quite a few weeks ago now. And we've got this new lineup. So we'll see how they do. And now they're going to be playing in the DPC, right? The European Dota Pro circuit. The plan is to gain promotion to the top division of the DPC. That's what Sam Cooke, co-founder of Into the Breach, or founder of Into the Breach, told me the other week. Because I see these announcements and I like to reach out to people. I like to get quotes and comments. I was always trained as a journalist to go to the source, get extra comments. Don't do what every other news site does and just regurgitate the same old thing, press release. I do that sometimes, right, with press releases, but I always like to get extra bits. And Sam has said, after playing with the same core duo for 3 seasons, we're hoping this mix-up will enable us to break into Division 1 or... the very least top 3. The squad is rounded out nicely with experienced teammates, Supreme and Zibe, and other upcoming exciting prospects like Otakar and Kadaro. It's likely the strongest roster we've fielded in Dota, and we're stoked to see what it can achieve. And Ari said, I'm proud to represent a UK organisation, and not just any organisation, but ITB. I will do my best to carry the team and represent the UK Dota community, which we certainly need, because like I said, we've had a lot, I've said this a lot over the years, we have a real lack of UK players, don't we, in Dota? We've had some good casters and hosts and things, but lack of teams, lack of players. I don't know why. I mean, it's similar in a way to League of Legends, isn't it? But in League of Legends, we have a lot of UK players in the lower leagues, right? Below Worlds and below LEC. We do have a lot of UK players. Dota, I don't see that. I don't see UK talent in the lower leagues. unless I'm missing that, right? And I don't follow Dota like I do League. Obviously, League is more my game. But yeah, good to see. Let's see how they get on. We need a UK star player in Dota. It's about time we got one. I want to see him do big things on a big stage. Fingers crossed. Od, easy answer to that one. Od, hello, how are you? I've missed what easy answer to what? What was I saying? I know I was waffling. I've been waffling for a lot, and then I looked down at my chat. And Od, I'm doing an extra challenge tonight because I've got these twins. I'm looking after the kids tonight. They're asleep at the moment, so they could wake up at any moment. We did have a scare 15 minutes ago. My daughter woke up. She's 2.5, but she went back to sleep by herself. So that's a miracle. That is a miracle. The stream, the chat, you guys have brought me good luck tonight. Oh, one publisher supports grassroots. Certic says, I don't know why, but UK talent seems to be more either behind the scenes stuff or like casting analyst work rather than mechanic stuff. Yeah, absolutely. And Oda, you're spot on. Yeah. It's one publisher supports grassroots. I mean, you could say Riot has done some good stuff with grassroots, but then as well, you look at this season where they've shut down a lot of the leagues, the third-party League of Legends leagues we had in favour of their own. Okay, I'm not moaning. It's good that we still have this NLC, which has, I think it's €200,000 in stipends per year or something like that. Well, I did an article on it. I can Google it. But yes, agreed. Oh no. They're stirring. And what I'm fearful of is if they wake up, they ain't going to want me. They're going to want mummy. And she isn't here. So that's going to be fun, isn't it, if that happens? She'll probably be back soon, to be honest. It's 10 to 11. Let's see if I can hold out before she gets back home. Right, so that's that. Wolves. Esports teamed up with University Screen School for Rocket League Tournament Bootcamp and announced a new partner. I wanted to mention this. I think it's a nice positive thing. Wolves Esports teaming up with the University of Wolverhampton. They've already had a partnership with that uni, but this was specifically around their new £5 million screen school. And I liked one of the quotes, actually. So they did a boot camp. Unfortunately, I don't think they qualified through this tournament. What was this tournament for? The RLCS Rocket League regional qualifiers. That was it, EU. But they said something like, yeah, this is it. So Michael Moriarty, shout out to Michael, a.k.a. Duck, as he's been known over the years in CSGO. And used to write for the UK CSGO website, and is now as the esports manager at Wolves. He's been there for a little while now. He said, the university has been a major part in Wolves esports since it got started in 2018. This is the first time that we've been able to set up the screen school, and we're really excited about the facilities and getting to train here as a team together. The facilities here are probably a little too good for what we need for esports in terms of playing our games, but the opportunities we have with the TV production studios and the editing suites are countless. So yeah, I like that. Very honest from Duck there. You know, it's just too good for us. Like, we don't need this stuff. But it's nice nonetheless, I guess, to play there. And Tadpole, a Welsh pro player, said for Wolves, said the facilities for us are very unique. Not a lot of other teams will have the opportunities that we will have. And they said some other nice things. There's very PR and nice things about the university. But I was happy to do it because, hey, Wolves are a big football club here in the UK. Not as big as Man U and Arsenal and people like that, but still, and they're doing good things. I have the partnership with Evil Geniuses, don't they? I still have to do a double take. When I saw Evil Geniuses win the LCS in North America the other month, and they've got a big Wolves logo on their shirt, it's like, what? It confuses me a bit. I still haven't got used to it, to be honest. Odie said, what's your phone number? I'll call the house. Well, good thing is, even if you did have it, Odie, we don't have a landline anymore. When we moved house a year and a bit ago, it was like, we don't call anyone on the landline. The only calls we get on the landline are like, spammy calls of sales calls. So we don't bother with it. So we just have our mobiles. So yeah. Certic said better too good than not good enough. Yeah, I completely agree. I'm agreeing with chat a lot today. You intelligent, you're good people in the chat. Yes, we're on the same level. It's nice to have people that I agree with and all of that stuff. Right, where were we? More stories. I mean, we've only been doing the Esports News UK stories so far. I'll come on to global stuff in a bit. We've had a few other stories here as well. We've got a cool fighting game story. XO Esports has signed a 14-year-old UK content creator, so really young, who said, I believe I can learn a lot from other creators and pro players there. Wolfies, Leah and Cadril. Jackson Bradbury, known as Res Hex. And I like when XO announce a new content creator. They sort of send the press release out, do the announcement, and then say, oh, he's live now on Twitch. So that was nice to watch and say hi and follow and so on. A really young content creator, 14 years old, signed to XL. That must be really exciting for him. And I think he had a picture somewhere on the social as well with actually, I think it's in here, isn't it? Is it on this? Let's have a look here. Yeah, like a nice shot of all the other content creators and so on, like Cadril. It must be amazing to be that young, still be at school, and part of a big organisation like Excel. So that was pretty cool. And I have to say, the launch party at Excel's Shoreditch HQ the other week, that was really fun. And yeah, talking to you as well, Odie. It was weird though, because there was a lot of people in like the basement area later on in the night, just hanging around there chatting. And when I went down there, you needed a key card to get in. I didn't have it, so I was knocking on the door for a bit. And Wolfies answered the door, so that was a bit surreal. Have a Fortnite pro player just, oh, you're right. Like, it was a bit surreal. I ended up, like I say, chatting to the FIFA players for a lot of the night. The Gorilla and Tom are really nice people. And do you know what I feel like? We don't have like a FIFA esports news site out there. We don't. I think there may be something, but it's not like FIFA esports news. Like, okay, newsnow.co.uk, but this is not dedicated. Esports.net, Esports News UK, Esports Insider. There's FIFA game news here, but this is not going to be. No, look, this is all team of the season stuff. Hey, should I launch a FIFA esports news website? I mean, maybe that could do pretty well, but I do get the feeling. I have to say, out of all my articles on different games on Esports News UK, the FIFA ones don't really do that well, to be honest. I don't feel like the FIFA esports fans maybe not that bothered about reading about news stories and things. They seem to get everything on the official channels and they're talking on Twitter and Twitch. But there's a gap in the market there. I don't have the time to launch that blooming thing. I'd need investment. But yeah, I do think it'd be nice to do more of that. It'd be nice to see some more of that stuff. Laux says, when is the article on Sacco Saturday's Team Laux' Lions being written? Laux, yeah, no, I haven't. I'll tell you what, Jackalbat, who's been helping us a bit, he's working on a social post to, with some clips and things from the games. So I probably wouldn't do an article on it. Although, maybe I should do an article, because then if anyone Googles Esports News UK Community Nights or something, it's nice to have something there, isn't it? So maybe I will do something on that. And Laux, you didn't only win the Summoner's Rift, you thrashed us on the blooming, what's it called? ARAM as well. So, yeah, I don't, is that really your ELO? What did you say it was? Plat something? I don't know. You seem to be a better player than... Don't tell Temporal if Temporal's watching, don't clip. You seem to be better than Temporal. But Temporal did say, and Temporal was Diamond 2, right? He did say he's got a new keyboard today. So I'll let him off. And he said he's not usually a jungler. Because I'm Bronze 1, right? I'm usually Silver. I haven't had time to play. And we beat them. And I out-jungled... Well, I out-farmed Temporal. So I beat a Diamond jungler. I'm taking that, right? I'm taking that. I'm happy with it. Certic says, okay, time for some hot takes Don won't agree with, guys. We've spent enough time tricking him into a false sense of security. Don't you start now, everyone. Odie says, I wonder why. Oh, with the FIFA. Yeah, wait until they change game name. Yeah, good point, Odie. Yeah, you wouldn't want to set up a FIFA esports news site, would you? And then write about whatever FIFA are going to make, because I don't think that's going to be a great game. We shall see. EA Sports FC, isn't it? EA Sports FC, Esports News UK. Nah. I need, yeah. You'd need a better name, wouldn't you? You'd need a better name. Even if you have like a news site which is about just the football games, like PES or whatever it is now, eFootball and EA Sports FC. I think it'd be good to see a site like that. You know, maybe that's what I should be asking for when I'm talking to investors, rather than just growing a team for Esports News UK, because that's going to grow, isn't it? EA Sports FC. Sacco Gap Look says, I don't play much ranked, I just play anything for fun. Oh, Odie says, I'm going to Saudi Arabia next month. What are you doing there, Odie? Because there was something I don't know if you're aware of this. If you joined, I don't know when you joined the stream, but we had I've interviewed a company recently, a really cool company called Mouse Skins, who do these high-end custom gaming mice. They're based in the UK. I've interviewed them because I think they've got a strong potential in the market. I can see pro gamers in the future having all super customized cool mice, iconic mice for them, and they're doing stuff in Dubai at the moment. There's a bunch of things happening. Yes they are. Yeah, they're doing a thing with EMG. It's the organizer of a 2-day gaming festival in Dubai going on right now, including a $250,000 CSGO tournament with Star Ladder and Gamers Hub. And this is part of the $1 million Global Esports Tour as well out there. And there was something else as well. I've got something here. Here we go. Yeah, Saudi Esports Federation launches $15 million esports event festival. This is Gamers 8 Festival, an 8-week event taking place in Riyadh this summer, July 14th to September 8th. Is that what you're doing, Odie? No, it's next week. Oh, Rocket League, $2 million. Yeah, that is a death adder, Odie, and that's what I've got as well. Odie, check them out. I've had a few people reach out to me saying this company are cool, Dom. Look, they've done Fernando Alonso's mouse here, custom mouse. That picture doesn't do it justice, by the way. He shows it in the video interview I've done with him. Stephen, his name is. Yeah, he basically, his story, I've got Death Adder as well. I've had Death Adders for years now. That's my mice now. I've got so used to it. He basically had an accident, a cycling accident. And during lockdown and during his long recovery time of a few years, he noticed his mouse was battered. And he was like, it's battered, but it's still working. So the sensors are working, the buttons are working, but it looks rubbish. It's faded, it's scratched, it's sorry for itself. He made it his mission to, put new panels on and all this stuff, really high end stuff. And they're charging a lot at the moment. I think it's like £450, 450 if you want a real new. And you go on their site, you buy a mouse that is, bought new from Razer or whatever, and then you pay them to customize it, kind of thing. So yeah, and his mouse I think was a Death Adder when it was battered and everything. But they also do others as well. They do others on their site, like Alpine, I think, and there's another one. I don't know if it's... Do Asus do mice? I don't think it's Asus. There's another one. Anyway, it's all in the article. It's a long-form article. I enjoyed putting that together. But, yeah, I mean, Dubai, Saudi, UAE, the Esports Federation's out in those places. I've thrown a lot of money at esports right now. Lots and lots, tens of millions of dollars. So, I think that's only going to increase. Oh, you're going to that? Okay, cool. Lorx says, what's the plan for the stream? What stream, Lorx? Which one? Are you talking about the thing we did earlier? Or just for this stream tonight? Because I don't know when you joined, but tonight I was doing a funny thing of how long can Dom stream for before his kids wake up. I can't believe they've been asleep for over 2 hours. Can't believe it. They usually wake up after an hour. So, yeah. Oh, this stream. Oh, yeah, it's just my usual weekly news recap stream. Just chatting through the week's news, chatting to you all. I like doing this because, hey, it can get a bit lonely as a sort of one-man band or with a few volunteers. Can get a bit lonely at times. So I like to do these streams to talk to all of you. And you can tell me stories as well, because sometimes I don't see every single story. There's a lot of info out there on the internet. Oh, one's stirring again. It's the little man now this time. I think he's alright. I hope he's alright. Yes, so that's that. And then a couple of other stories. Fnatic has extended its F1 Esports Series deal as drivers return to LAN racing. Hooray, we're getting all this return to LAN now, aren't we, at last? So yes, that is going to happen. It's the F1 Esports Series presented by Aramco. Fnatic will deliver the Pro exhibition from the F1 Lenovo British Grand Prix 2022 and the Pro Championship. Fnatic will also provide adjudication services to Codemasters for the 2023 Challenger Series. Full details will be announced in due course. So there we go. Look like they've been doing a very good job, Fnatic, doing this F1 Esports Series, and it's coming back for more. I don't actually know. Oh, there we go. Further year. Yeah, I couldn't remember what I put in this article. How long the agreement is? It's for a further year. Yeah. Oh, you only joined 10 minutes ago. Yeah, well, I hope that explained things, Lux. I've covered most of the news I've done. I'll come on to some other global bits. I try and do this every week. I'm going to try and do this every week. Esports News UK. I can do this for a clip here. I'm going to try and do this every week, guys. Esports News UK community League of Legends matches or other matches. I'm open to doing other things. Fortnite. I know Jojo at Roehampton Uni was wanting us to do Fortnite. We had our first one today in League of Legends for a couple of hours. I'm going to try and do this every Saturday, 1 PM UK time. Join the Esports News UK Discord. We'll just have a laugh, few games. It's good to talk to friends and readers of Esports News UK and just hang out with us. I had a lot of fun and other people did as well. We had 2 teams of 5 today and we played a few A-Rams and a Summoners Rift match. And then I'm going to try and do my stream, end of week news recap stream, just chatting through UK esports stories and goings on in esports with me, your host Dom Sacco, from about 9:30, so about 9:30 PM. Sometimes it's a bit later than that, but I'm going to try and do it every week. I'm putting this out now, but I'm not here next week. I'm away with some friends next week. I'm really looking forward to it. I don't really get many breaks. I'm away for 4 days with some friends at Butlins. Yes, I haven't been to Butlins for many, many years, so that's going to be fun with some of my old school friends from years ago. I will have my laptop with me. I'll probably do like the bare minimum 1 article a day, or I'll time some content to go live. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the break. Odie says, I can't wait until we can show you what we can do once our takeover closes. Yes, I'm looking forward, Odie. Yeah, I covered that story a little while ago. It must be... Oh, it's interesting. Must be interesting to see what's going on behind the scenes. You know, when there's a takeover, it's either good or challenging or both, right? I've been there when a company's been taken over before, not such in a good way. When I was when Intent Media was taken over, and so I've seen that. But I've also heard about, you know, great stories where companies are really, don't like to use that word, but synergize, right? And are just, you know, it's like, it seems like a natural fit. So hopefully it is the latter for you. I don't always like to say where I am IRL, but yes, I do. Yeah, and it's funny because, you know, Chichester Uni, I was there the other week, and I said to my friends, hey, getting a train here is actually pretty cheap. It's like 46 quid from Billericay where my parents live, so yeah, not too bad. Have you been there, Rhodey, to that one? You'll have to let me know what it's like. So yeah, it's, you know, it's Butlins, isn't it? It's kind of know what to expect. I was actually in a caravan this week as well, just for a few days. We're having work done on the house, a lot of dust, things getting knocked down. We didn't really want the kids being around the house, so all dust everywhere. So my wife booked a last minute caravan not far from us. Got a really cheap deal actually. I was amazed. It was like 99 quid for 4 nights or 5 nights. Amazing deal. So yeah, the kids were with her, and I worked here a little bit and was with the workers and stuff like that. But it was nice to have a little bit of a break in one of the days. But it means my work's been piling up. Today I've just done loads of work all day. Get Ram on the beer, yeah. I stayed in one of the really posh chalets they have there. Get those, they are great. Oh, do you know what? I think we booked it. I think it cost us each. We booked it start of this year. I think it was like 270 quid each or something, 280 quid each, and that includes food, which is pretty good. So I've got some spending money set aside, but If I don't need to spend money on food, then that's a bonus. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't really drink much these days, so yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I don't do many holidays, so and actually, you reminded me as well. I need to book a holiday, hopefully in August again, even if it's a week or two. Get someone to stand in for Esports News UK. Even some volunteers have been doing a great job, and you know, pay them a little bit rather than yeah, you know, getting someone who's going to be a bit more expensive as well. Because that's the thing when you're self-employed, right? You want a holiday. You got to hire someone as well. It's extra money, extra money. I really like this one here. I don't write much about the fighting game community or Smash Brothers, but whenever I do, I've written 2 big stories about UK Smash Brothers this year, and they've both done phenomenally well on Twitter. So this one here is about a Twickenham Stadium hosting a big UK Smash Brothers tournament. Let me see how it did here. So the other week I did this. There we go, 19 retweets, 42 likes. That's really good. You know, I'm really happy with that. Twickenham Stadium is going to host the UK's biggest Smash Brothers Ultimate Tournament of the year, Boss Battles Phase 1. I wouldn't have known about this if the organisers didn't reach out to me, so I'm glad they did. I'm grateful when people reach out to me and they see what I'm doing and they want to send me news. So this is on the weekend of September 3rd and 4th. In the stadium's 1,000+ square metres Rose Suite, which will be filled with more than 200 monitors and has space for up to 800 people. And there will also be a 570-seat auditorium and allow guests to traverse between the 2 rooms. So yes, the Boss Battles, it has a single player cap of 768 players and a doubles event side cap of 64. And guests including Fury Player and content creator Fatality will be in attendance. So pretty good. There's also a side tournament for Nintendo's new Switch game, Mario Strikers Battle League, which looks like it's more of a casual thing. But the prize pool's not bad either, really. Singles is going to have a prize pool of 7,640. I don't know what Smash prize pools are like usually, but in the UK we don't really get top, right? So I think that's reasonable. 7.5 grand. First place receiving over 3 grand, and doubles will have a prize pool of 640. So a much lower prize pool for doubles. You're going to see more of the single players. I'm sure it'll probably attract some players from around Europe at least, with money like that. You know, not massive for third place, 916, but I think a lot of Smash Brothers events are very community focused as well, aren't they? And you know, people seem to have a lot of fun. So yeah, tickets, weekend pass starts from 35 quid and participant pass starting at 50 quid. And it's £10 per tournament to enter. So yeah. Yeah. More of this. And because I was talking to someone in the FGC about this. I was like, why do the Smash Brothers things that I do seem to get so many likes and retweets? And they're like, well, Dom, they're not used to people writing about them that much. So when they do get that stuff, they like to share it, but they're also a bit shy when they're talking about their events and things. So yeah, quite an interesting, quirky scene. I loved Smash Brothers growing up on the GameCube. I absolutely adored that game. I played it to bits for years, and I wish there was esports tournaments back then because I would have entered some. How old would I have been when the GameCube was out? Teenage years. I would have absolutely entered esports tournaments if I knew they were a thing back then. So yeah. Maybe I'm meant to write about Smash Brothers more. Who knows? Who knows? And let's have a look what else we've got here. Oh, right. Okay. Odie said, I have Saudi Arabia, then LA, then Berlin coming up. Amazing. I'm guessing Berlin is going to be some LEC thing, Odie, or is it something else? You obviously don't have to say. LA as well. I'm interested into what that is. I mean, I'm guessing you'll be flying all kinds of places right now that we're out of COVID. Meetings as well and whatever else. Is LA, is that where your Ravens are based in the US, aren't they? Is that maybe a trip to a Ravens trip? And I think, yes, I think these are the last few ones here. Irish Org Wild, one of Rainbow Six Siege Gamers Without Borders Europe tournament. So this is based in, was this in Dubai? Where was this? Oh no, hang on. This is a Gamers Without Borders Europe tournament. Sorry. Yeah, but I think Gamers Without Borders is from. I think it is Saudi Esports Federation, isn't it? I think it is. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so they were qualifying to the bigger event in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and it's put on by the Saudi Esports Federation. Yep. So this had so Wild, this new Irish organisation backed by Usain Bolt. They were announced back in late March. Usain Bolt is on board as a I think he's on board as an investor. A co-owner, yeah, he's a co-owner of this new Irish organisation. So this is the first sort of tournament of this level that they've won. They won, and it's a charity tournament. So Wild won $250,000 in winnings for UNICEF. That is charity winnings. And Rogue, so Odie, your lot, won $125,000 for the UN Refugee Agency. And third place, a little lesser known UK org known as Victus, won $75,000. And shout out to Victus, because I was chatting to the owner of Victus at the Chichester Uni thing. So one of Ram's students, Odie, is the owner of Victus, who won third. And of course they were over the moon messaging me, Dom, we've won this, we did really well, we almost won it, like, can you do something on us? And I felt bad for him, because I was like, well, the news story really is that Wild won, right? But I'll mention you guys impressing in the top 4. And I did actually, the bulk of the article was a nice story on Victus's run. And they said, we've shown really good promise against some of the best competition in EU. This is Rainbow Six, right? Yeah, Rainbow Six. And yeah, great stuff. So we caught up with Victus CEO James Yexley, who I think has just graduated from Chichester. And yeah, just wrote about their story, how they did so well. They've got some UK players like YZN, Oscar and Skeptic, as well as Russian player Skyty and Portuguese player Flexi. So yeah, and their coach Jake Southstar and analyst Di are also from the UK. So yeah, they did some good things. They beat some big games. They beat Rogue. They beat you boys, OD. Right? It's nice to see. I mean, you might not like it, but it's nice to see underdogs, new UK orgs, coming up strong, and that's what I like about Rainbow Six as well. You don't in Rainbow Six, if you're good enough, you have a good team. I feel like you can go from that grassroots level to a higher level, like M&M Gaming. We've seen them do pretty well. In League of Legends, good luck getting to the LEC. You know, you need all that investment money, and you need to wait for a slot to become available as well. Whereas in Siege, you know, it's a little bit easier, isn't it, to play against the big boys. So yeah, nice story for Virtus there. I enjoyed covering that. Oh, you have a new lineup. Okay. Infinity Reality are in LA. Okay, and I will visit LEC. Yep. We have a new lineup. Oh, you need me, yeah. Yeah, it's good back to normal, isn't it, Odie? So nice. I mean, I'm looking forward. I've been sort of the events I've been doing, little events in London and things that I've been attending. It's a pain in the neck where I am in Suffolk, because I can't get the train into London that easily. It takes ages and it's bloody expensive. But it's good because I get to drive back home to Billericay, visit my parents, stay at their house, catch up with them, but then also go to an event. It's a lot cheaper and quicker to get a train from Billericay to London. It's like half an hour. So yeah, like the XL Esports thing as well. I think, let's have a look here. Any other stories I've done over the past week? So we've done the Wild thing. New UK sports agency Moonstruck Media has launched, offering graphic design services, video editing and social media management. So a good little start-up here. Launched by Duffy, and Duffy was on the Esports News UK community games earlier, which was pretty fun. And yes, so they have designers, photographer, animator, video editor, and they've come out and said, hey, we're offering creative services at an affordable price. Right? They've come in, they're new, young and hungry. So if you want some of this stuff done at an affordable level, maybe check these guys out. I've seen some of their work, some good stuff they've done. So good luck to them. And Diablo Immoral. It's not esports, but everyone's been talking about it over the past week. And of course, when this happens, I will sometimes look at UK content creators, see what they're saying. We've got some big UK content creators in that cover Blizzard games like Warcraft and Diablo, like Preach, Bellilar, Taliesin, Evitel, and Asmongold is a streamer giant, isn't he? So I've mentioned him as well, and I covered some of the microtransactions and all that stuff. Have any of you played it in chat? I played it. Do you know what? I'm bored. I'm done with Diablo now. I played Diablo 2, Diablo 3 so much over the years. I'm a bit bored of it now. It's like for me when a new COD comes out. I know if you like COD, you like COD. But for me, I've played a handful of CODs. That's enough for me now. Same as FIFA. It's all the same every time, isn't it? You know. And the fact that this is such an expensive blooming thing, if you in the late game anyway, I'm sure you can play the game and finish the game, and not have to spend that much. But with a Blizzard game like Warcraft and Diablo, you never finish the game because you've got end game, which never blooming ends, right? And if you want to be good at that end game, you've got to spend a lot of money on this sodding thing. People are saying over 100,000, some saying $200,000 if you want to get to the max of the max of the max. Ludicrous nonsense that you can buy a house for this. And there was a streamer, actually, after I did this article, there was a streamer you might have seen that spent $10,000 on Diablo and didn't get any of the rare things he was trying to get. Here we go, Esports. Blaine Polhamus wrote this. Twitch streamer pours $10,000 into Diablo Immortal without getting a single legendary item. Oh, $10,000, my god. Utter madness. But and it annoys me a bit as well. I know why content creators have done this. They've done this to get stuff written. They've done this to get it's interesting content. I hate the fact Activision are making $10,000 from one person on a game, a free-to-play game. It's just, I don't know, there's something saddens me about it. Diablo 2 I bought from Game. I bought the Diablo 2 Gold Edition. Right, which was like Diablo 2 and the expansion for like 15 quid boxed from Game when I was like 16, 17 years old, something like that. Anyway, I'm old and all that stuff, reminiscing about old days. I'm on the coast now, Odie says. I was surprised yesterday how easy and quick it is to get to London. Immortal, yeah, it is. You put Immortal, OD, that isn't a typo that I've put in there. That is, people are calling it Diablo Immoral, right? Because it has immoral microtransactions. Right, maybe I should have made that a little bit clearer, but I've made it clear in the there we go, immoral in the strapline in the intro that I've done. So yeah, oh, that's interesting, OD. Have you moved recently? You near me? I'm sort of near the east coast, near Southwold Way, which is quite nice. But my local train station is a little one, and it's just a pain in the neck, basically getting anywhere. So yeah. And then the last one I did, not really esports, but it's the kind of article that can do pretty well on Google. Next League of Legends champion is going to be a ADC, what do you call it? Melee ADC. So, you sometimes get people picking Yasuo in the bot lane. It's going to be like that. And this character has been described as a water Yasuo. So a water themed sort of melee ADC, due to be announced soon. So we'll see how that goes there. So that's a lot of my news done. I mean, I can have a look at the old. I can have a look on Twitter, see if there's anything that I've missed, anything I've retweeted, and there have been other. I'll tell you what, actually, I do have other stories I've got up here. Let's have a look here. Carmine Corp in France, hosting a League of Legends Valorant event at a 12,000 seat arena, the biggest ever org-hosted event in Europe. That's amazing. This Eva Martinello's writing this for Esports. It's going to be in Paris's Accor Hotel Arena on June 21st, home to the finals of the League of Legends World Championship in 2019. It revealed last night. Not last night, it's the other night, a couple of nights ago. And, you know, LEC orgs, I'd be interested to hear from you, OD, maybe off the record one day, but I have seen these reports that some LEC brands are a bit upset that they can't host events like this, right? But I'm guessing from that, I'm assuming there's some kind of agreement with Riot where they have to do the LEC stuff and they can't do their own big events that compete with Riot. Now I'm surprised Carmine Corp can, really, because they're still in a European regional league. It's the massive events, massive. So I'd love to see LEC teams do this stuff. Rogue and XL Esports have big events, big meet and greets and things in the UK or arenas or whatever else. I'd love to see show matches and stuff like that going on. Certic says, "Oh great, another 0-10 power spike champ." Yeah, exactly. I think that's what we're going to be getting, Jess. I think that's what this thing will be. Yeah, absolutely, like Yasuo. Where was I? I've completely forgotten what I was saying now. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the Carmine Corp stuff. Yeah. Yeah, this will be the third event hosted by KC since the org's creation in 2020, following show matches against iBuy and PK's LV team Koi. Wow, that's crazy. They're so relevant and influential, or popular. KC, I can't believe they've only been around for 2 years. It seems longer than that. And then something I wanted to talk about. Oh, where is it? I had a thing up here. I can't find it now. Oh, there we go. So we had a clip, which I clipped early this week, and Jamada shared. And well, Jamada said it, and he retweeted me, which was nice, and pushed this sort of storyline. Oh, I should talk about this, by the way. Why is that not? Oh, yes, we didn't do this on the site. So Lee Jones, shout out to Lee Jones, is going to be doing weekly interview videos for us for the NLC. So this is great. This is the UK Ireland Nordics League of Legends European Regional League, and his first interview spoke to JDXL, that's XL's academy team, support player, a UK player, FGG, about the summer 2022 season, and being 4-0 so far. So they've got 4 wins, 0 losses. They've done pretty well. And Lee's going to be interviewing lots of different people over the weeks during the season, coaches, players, and all that stuff. So thanks to Lee. I really like this format, 16 minutes interview. Please check these out and support Lee. Lee deserves a lot more followers than 100, so please give him a follow. He's done some good stuff with Riddle Esports as well. He's done a lot of podcasts on the NLC and things over the years, and has kindly offered to do some stuff for Esports News UK this season. So thanks to Lee for that. And yeah, I'm just trying to find this tweet that I did. I'm going to play you this clip. Oh yeah, and on Don Jake as well. We were talking about Don Jake casting the LFL broadcast. He did this amazing rap thing. I'm
going to do the running man. These Danes are going to spam Fs and GGs like a requiem. That's a Carthus ulti coming, man. You brought back Vendetto, but without them Voxnay, I won't be tricked. That's a chessboard without a king, aka a disaster. No wonder you guys have Carlson, because you're all stuck in Grandmaster and won't make EU Masters.
So yeah, I really like that from Don Jake. Got a lot of nice, funny content. Got a lot of likes and retweets. We need more of this stuff in the NLC. So yeah, good to see content creators doing that kind of stuff and casters doing that kind of stuff. Where is this? I keep looking for this clip. Hang on a minute. Here it is here. I said, I've seconded this from Jamada. Let's get more banter, smack talk and storylines going between orgs in the NLC. And Jamada retweeted saying, I talk about how orgs and players brand themselves in the NLC, or don't very often. I didn't dive into it much in this instance, but teams on all levels really need to interact with each other more, whether friendly banter or smack talk on the timeline. Put yourself out there more. So this is what Jamada said.
Listen, I feel like we don't really do it too much anymore. It's more or less kind of just the players doing it. The orgs kind of stay back, which is fine, but also give us some more of the banner. It helps with storyline. For basically, it writes your own stories. It writes your own, what's the word I'm looking for? Rivalries. There you go. So yeah, I'm glad that X7 are willing to dish out a little bit.
It's like Todak. They don't take the L. They don't take the L at this point.
Well, they've taken 2.
Moving swiftly on.
First place for Trump.
So, yeah, and then after that, there were a bunch of orgs that tried to do it, and now Riddle have come out, and they've just like, and it got some good dialogue going. When I put this tweet out, we got some good people talking here. Newts from X7 saying, it's not worth the risk of offending someone for the 4 or 5 people that might like it. The amount of things we post in our chat and then don't think we can go public with is crazy. Blah blah blah. Don Jake criticising, but you don't do anything. Blah blah blah. And Newt says we know we don't do enough content, and then others, and then Will from Will Gleedy from Lucent says people don't want to. Sadly, Don, we're deemed toxic for talking smack. People will build these great teams, but don't want to pay for a part-time socials person or even doing it themselves. Plenty of examples we could put on blast, but no point burning bridges, right? But it got this good dialogue going, and I do feel I've said something like I understand the reasons behind not doing it, especially given a lot of the avoidable bad drama we've had in UK League over the years. And I've said something like, for some reason one of my tweets is missing here, but I said something like, the problem with banter on Twitter and attempted banter is that it's on text. And for me, text can be misinterpreted quite easily. So I sometimes feel like Twitter isn't a great place for banter. It can be, but I think there are a lot of egos in the esports and in grassroots and semi-pro esports as well. All tiers of esports there are egos, right? And people can take things the wrong way. And then it can get a bit nasty and a bit childish as well. Crossover. There's a fine line, isn't there? As people say, there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance, and I think there is a fine line between banter and laughable, friendly banter, and people when they're taken as insults and rudeness. Right? There's a balance to be struck, and the scene is still a little bit not. I don't think there's like as many immature people in it as there was 6 years ago when I was covering the early days of UK League of Legends, but. The scene itself is still a little bit immature. It's still maturing, the scene, right? It's improved a lot in recent years. But people can take things the wrong way, especially younger people, who aren't as experienced as, older boomers like myself who've been there, done that, seen things misconstrued, learnt from it over time. They're still going through their learnings, especially the players, teenagers, early 20s. Haven't developed fully and learning all that stuff. So I just thought it was interesting, this. I think there might be a feature or an opinion piece in it. I've got it on my news list. I haven't got round to it, but I might write something on it. But Riddle just came out the blocks here. This is for you, Jamada. XL, the kings of choking in playoffs. Bifrost, no matter what famous players you shine, you're still a Fortnite org. Veneer, imagine spending all that time and effort to get up to NLC and finishing 6th. X7, you lost to Eminem, and I've said, it's gone from one extreme. This is like just extreme. You're all rubbish, right? I get what Riddle were doing, and obviously they've got some likes and stuff. But what it reminded me of is, I don't know if you've seen that scene from, is it Liar Liar with Jim Carrey, where something happens to him and he can't lie anymore, and he goes into a boardroom and he tells his team or this company what he really thinks of them, right? You're an idiot. You're this and that, you're this and that, and they all end up laughing, finding it funny, but he's being honest. And this is what it feels like to me. They've just gone out of the blocks, just slating everyone. Lee Jones with the popcorn there, and other people attacking back. Michelle from Bifrost saying supporting this desperate impression tweet with a comment and like, so Riddle can at least get a bit of social media attention. 350 followers per year would make everyone desperate. Riddle says, I don't think we should talk about followers and all this stuff, NLC says, Jamada and Arkaron, what have you done? And Arkaron says, don't put this on me. Arkaron, of course, the host of the NLC, and Jamada, one of the casters. So, yeah. Yeah, I thought it was good to focus on that stuff. We do have a bit of banter missing in the NLC, I think, and it'd be good to get good banter, good, fun drama and stuff like that in the future. Now, I think we're coming towards the end here. Shout out to Emily Perkins, the other Perks from who does Cloud9 stuff, not Perks the player. 2 developments from her. Her students won their first esports trophy today, first of many, I hope. She said, "Thank you, Leicester City, in the community for having us." I've reached out to Emily, and I'm going to have a chat with her at some point because I want to know exactly what this trophy was, what this tournament is for her students, and also she's got approval for building a phenomenal esports arena at her school. So I would like to just learn more about this, and maybe I can talk to her, do a little article on it, because I want to know what this tournament was and all this stuff. It sounds interesting. So yes, not much else. League of Legends Mythic Chroma's coming to the game. There's a Vigar one coming, which I like the look of. And Cloud9, oh yes, last weekend, what was going on here? This horrible ad here. This media could not be supported. Go away. There we go. Cloud9 swept ENTS in the grand finals of the IEM Dallas 2022 last weekend. Collect their first CSGO trophy since the Boston major. Right, Scott Robertson for Esports. So yeah, they lifted their first trophy in CSGO in over 4 years, following a 3-0 sweep over ENTS to get a first place finish at IEM Dallas. So that's that. And this was a big story here that I saw that Teddy Amenabar for Washington Post covered, and Jacob Wolf also wrote about this. League of Legends is no longer exclusive to play versus for high schools. Now, this is US high schools, from what I understand, because the British Esports Student Championships does have League of Legends here in the UK. But in the US, Play Versus has had the exclusive League of Legends license, and other high school and education tournament providers haven't been able to do League of Legends esports tournaments. So, and it charges $64 per player per season. That's a lot more expensive than the British esports one. Yeah, and it's a big long thing here. I won't go into all the specifics. It's US based as well, but I think it's pretty good news, to be honest, opening it up to other tournament providers and things like that. So yes, I think, to be honest, everyone, that is, we've done very well. The kids haven't woken up. We've been streaming at 1 hour and 46. I might have a little look at, see if there's any other sort of news going on here. Maybe we can have a little look at some of the news lists and things like that. 1 second. Bring up one of my lists here, see if there's any breaking news or anything like that going on. Let's have a look at this. There's been a Twitch Rivals thing going on today. NA Trios take on 50k Twitch Rivals Road to TwitchCon. Frankie Wood's been working on that, I think.
Oh my god. Oh. What have you done? You naughty person.
Caster Gems has just subscribed. How's it going, Gems? Thanks very much for tuning in. Have you been watching for a little while, or have you just tuned in? We've had two subs today, Certic and Gems. So that's great. We've got 21 out of 20 sub goal hit. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate that. That's very, very kind. I'm going to have a quick look at the news in a sec. See if there's anything breaking here. Detonation Gaming Sons former V3 Vega. News does tend to quiet down on a Friday, Saturday. I mean, sometimes you get, esports actual tournaments going on. We've got the Twitch Rivals. There aren't many tournaments. Are there many tournaments going on this weekend There aren't many that I can think of. We haven't had a sort of quiet esports weekend in a little while. Okay, is there a VCT EMEA I think is going on? No, there doesn't really seem to be much going on here. Oh, Asmongold was banned on Twitch and then unbanned. No, there's not really much going on, to be honest. Oh, cool. Here's a Frankie Ward interview on Esports News UK. Go check that out. I'm going to have a look at the feed here as well. Oh, you just tuned in. Oh, cheers, James. I've been doing a rare one tonight because I've got the little ones sleeping, and because I'm looking after them tonight because my wife's out, and I was going to do a game of how long can the stream last before they wake up. My daughter woke up, but she went back to sleep by herself, which is pretty amazing. So I'm amazed that we've done pretty well here. We've done pretty well. Let's see if there's any headlines on the old news feed. Nothing jumping out at me here on the esports front. I think I should just clear through my news list when I can, to be honest. There's not really much to talk about here that I can see. No. Couple of drama things, a lot of random things. No, nothing that's really jumping out at me, to be honest. Although I'm skimming a lot here. We'll have a look at the league subreddit as well. You might not be able to see this that well. I know it's not set up very well here, but I'll read out if there's anything. I think Belveth win rate across different elos. That looks pretty interesting. I'll have a look at that in a sec. I don't want to end the stream after you've joined, Gems. You've just joined and thrown a sub my way. I can't end the stream. I'm thinking of playing some World of Warcraft tonight, to be honest, but I don't know if anyone wants to watch me doing that. There's not really loads of news, is there, going on at the moment? There isn't really much. It's time for me to catch up on my backlog, to be honest. Yeah, Belveth, can you see that? Might have to zoom a little bit. See that okay there? Win rate in Iron, 53%. Bronze, 52%. Wow, that's interesting, isn't it? The higher you go with this latest League of Legends champion, the lower the win rate. That's really interesting. Well, it doesn't surprise me though, to be honest, because in lower elo, people don't, in general, understand the game as much as higher elo players do, right? So they won't know what she's doing or how to deal with her as a champion. Yes. I think that's everything, to be honest. Chat. I don't think there's much else I can think of news-wise. It's a shame you've missed the stream, Gems, but you can always watch the VOD back, right? We covered a lot of stuff today. Certic says Belveth left the PBE with like a sub 40% win rate, I think. Yeah, and I did see LS talking about Belveth and being around 40% or some crazy win rate. Let's see if he said anything else on Belveth. Oh yeah, we do have this actually. This is a really sad story. Unfortunately, a week ago, Liquid Chillin suffered a stroke due to an infection which spread to his heart. More information can be found here at the GoFundMe his brother started. So that is really sad. And there's a GoFundMe. This is raised how much? Wow, $148,000 raised of $250,000 goal. Team Liquid fans got your back. This man has done so much for Team Liquid, Smash Brothers and esports as a whole. Now it's our turn to return the favour, says Mustafa E. Kills. So yeah, that's a sad story, but it looks like money's being raised for him, and you know, thoughts go out to him and his family. Hope he can recover. Yeah, on stroke recovery, that's not very nice, is it? So. And what was I looking at here? LS Solo Queue and Clash tier list finally updated with lots of overhaul. But I'm just scanning around now. By the way, I've covered a lot of my news that I wanted to chat about, so I'm just scanning around. I mean, LS does all the usual League of Legends stuff, doesn't it? He's put, goddammit, Belveth is Yorick. She's sub 40% win rate and only gets worse the higher you go. But in Silver, Bronze, Iron, the gameplay is so terrible she's probably perma-transformed and 50 plus stacks every game with over 50% win rate. Exactly, yeah, so it's a bit of a funny one. I don't know about Belveth. Like, I'm not personally interested in her style. But I do like that it's kind of a unique character that Riot have added. I do like, she seems like she's got quite a varied kit, which I like. Certic says she's bad so far. All you have to do is make sure you counter jungle her to stop her with passive stacking. Yeah, and that's what I did earlier. So we played a game. Shall I play a bit of what we did earlier with the comms? Just to show you what we did. You're very welcome to join us next time. Caster Gems, anyone in this chat, Certic. Let's see if I can... How can I play this now? I'm just trying to think how I can play this. Well, how I can stream it to you. We want to add a file, don't we? So let me... Just bear with me a second here. Oh, what have I done here? Hang on. See if I can add a file here. Video file. There we go. Oh, hang on, I might have deleted these videos after I uploaded them for Jackalbat to edit. Let's have a look. Oh no, here we go.
Well, everything's been loud though.
Can I pause this?
I can't open up my window.
Yeah, there we go. Right, okay. Let me just see if I can play this bit from what we did earlier. So I was going up against... Why is that doing that? Oh, hang on. Oh, but hang on. Yeah, let me just take my camera out for a minute. Actually, no. I can put my camera in. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, so we played ARAM. How am I gonna jump ahead though? That's the only thing. Okay. Yeah, we played some ARAM, but then we played Summoner's Rift, so you can see the lineup here. I had my Vi, my good old Vi. We had Feenix McNoob, who's a big supporter of Esports News UK. Sarah, Nathan Edmonds, Lorks, and going up against Temporal, Mazer, Jackalbat, who's helped us, does volunteering for us, Merc, and Ducky.
It's blissed, does it?
This might be very loud. I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be very loud. Let me just turn this down. Here we go. That might be a bit better. Is that too quiet?
I want to go.
But yeah, I was up against Temporal. So Temporal was Belveth. I've never played against Belveth before, and I was Vi. And obviously, this is just my. This is just my leaking the looks is Lions comms. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Custom said I'm heading off now, so have a nice rest of the evening. Just came in for a bit. Thank you, Gems. Let's catch up soon. I hope it'd be nice to hear what you're doing if you're doing things in esports. Certic says the way we've been shutting her down in customs is to run Olaf because his early clear is better, and then have the Olaf just perma counter jungle. Interesting. Yeah, Olaf does seem like a counter. I can stick to her, right, and
I don't get that.
be faster with the early attack speed. She couldn't do anything. It was great. Yeah. So yeah, I can see there was a bit here that where I
I want. Whoa.
I surprised Temporal. I think it was around here actually. Lux was in the mid. I think it's coming up in a minute actually. And we had good communication here, Lux, didn't we? And I was like, we were saying, be careful, Belveth might be around, and if she comes, I'll surprise her. Actually, I don't think it was this point here. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, no, that's where she he got my vision there. Try and see where I can see it here.
Yeah, he's got a flash damage, dies.
Why is it?
It was a lot of fun actually. I really enjoyed doing it. It's nice to have a 5v5 custom game with friends. Floating around, I can get you. Nice play. I had my flash ready. I think this might be coming up here actually. Let's move this sub goal away. Oh, oops. I'm nearby. Yeah, she's coming. Yeah, look, Belveth was coming here, and look, I did a little surprise.
I got level up. Go. Yes, Dom.
Had to flash away.
This is really good, really good.
But I was happy because I was taking a lot of Temporal's camps, and yeah, I sort of had slightly more farm than him. But hey, we had a carry. We had a carry with Laux in the mid lane and Nathan Nova in the top lane. Absolutely carried us. I only went 4-3-3, but managed to get a few drakes and do a few ganks and bits and pieces. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Should we cut to the end? Where are we here? Oh, actually, my stream mucked up. I didn't get the whole stream, so.
Oh yeah, and she'll go invincible. Her W makes her like live for 6
Lux was telling me about Renata as well, right? I'm not used to playing Renata Glass.
Yeah, no, actually,
at
I
all.
pressed T and then
So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Lux said we had Dom Sacco in the jungle, the real carry. I do like Vi. I've played a lot of Vi. You can see Vi behind me, right? Oh, you might not be able to see her actually with the lights on, but I've got my little Vi thing. Figure thing. Yeah, the power of friendship at Dom's dislike too funny. Yeah. Lux or Nathan, I can't remember who said it now. I think it was Nathan. Let's do a power of friendship thing at the start. We had to do an icebreaker and all reveal a like and a dislike to each other. Yeah, pretty bad actually. I didn't introduce everyone properly because I knew most people that joined, but I don't think everyone knew everyone else on the team. So I should have introed a bit better. But yeah.
Oh my God, they're going!
Run. Get out.
Hey, it's fun. I actually think our bot lane did pretty well because their bot lane was a higher elo. We had an unranked player and a silver player in the bot lane, and I think they had a gold and silver player in the bot lane. So they did pretty well to go up against them.
Wait, that's bound to swim, right?
Yeah, it's going to end here any minute now. But yes,
I think we should.
I enjoyed that. I might look through my Twitter actually just before I go offline, because let's just see if I've done anything else or any other retweets and things. We've covered a lot of these stories. Yeah, no, this is going on to last week now. Let's see if there's other stuff I've retweeted here. I've retweeted Frankie's retweet of our interview. Oh yeah, LEC is coming back. Tickets, so I'm sure we're going to see some UK people flying out to Berlin to watch the matches live. That'll be cool. Tickets have gone on sale today actually, at 3 PM today. So I'm wondering how that's been going for people to get the tickets. I'm tempted to go out there, to be honest. It's just money, isn't it? So yeah. I mean, I might be able to get a press pass, do some interviews, but I'd still need to pay for hotel and flights and all that stuff. So I'll have a think. I'm open to it. Oh, a new look for ESI. Forgot about this. Esports Insider. I'm surprised they've done this on a twit longer, rather than on their actual site. I think they have actually done it on their site as well. Launched a new website and a few changes in regards to how we'll be delivering our content. Want to infuse more value into the body of the text rather than relegating insights and context to the bottom. More context and clarity in our news coverage. And extensive quotes from those involved. Okay, yeah. Help readers get to the heart of the story, blah blah blah. And yeah, I think it looks quite nice, the Esports Insider website. It's not changed too much. Always give a nice shout out to our friends at Esports Insider. Like, it is more business focused than what we do at Esports News UK. Oh yeah, look, they've got like a different sort of carousel type thing up here. Yeah, it looks like this one doesn't move, so it's just got that main headline sort of story and then like a little carousel down here. And then events, features, and they did a feature on X7, Tom Daniels did, the method behind X7's success in the European leagues. And a few other bits and pieces as well. Interview of Pixel Bar by Jake Nordland, who used to do some stuff with us. So yeah, that's pretty cool as well. Yeah, quite like the font. A little bit bigger than what it was, and they've got some more pictures in and stuff like that. So yes, Lux says, I knew the people on our team, which was good. Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it a lot, Lux. Thanks for your support and friendship and you know, playing together. It's fun, and I learn a lot from you, mate. I learn a lot. Obviously, you're a coach and everything, so yeah, I do learn a lot playing with people like you, like your Baron call and stuff like that. You know, I wouldn't have done that in my low elo stuff. So yeah. Yes, I think that's every. I'll tell you what. Where was I here? If I carry on scrolling down. Oh yeah, OTK, Asmongold's org, sort of content network. They've done a partnership with We Play Esports, which will see us work with your favourite creators on content shows and other media activities such as the OTK Games Expo, which took place the other day. We're looking forward to working with OTK at our esports arena in Los Angeles. Yeah, really cool. A little meme I did, Torok EU Masters Hunter, based on that old N64 game. And I think that is it. Oh, I'm going to be at the Esports in Education Summit. That's happening June 30th, I think it is, this month. So that's in Nottingham, chairing a panel on the student championships and just good networking as well, talking to schools and colleges. I often do talks, don't I, in schools, colleges, unis. So yeah, Method turned 17, I mentioned that earlier, and I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it over the last week. Oh yeah, there was a good chat. I don't know if I mentioned this on the stream last week. Verdant, Ellie Bear did an interview with Nymera and Initialized, two NLC casters, the other week about mental health and issues surrounding on-air talent. I really enjoyed this chat. Go check that out on the Verdant YouTube and Twitter. And I related to this, which Initialized said in particular. Relaxing, ironically, takes a fair amount of work. People can anxiously sit there for a day and not relax because they feel guilty. So they waste a relaxation day and feel guilty, and more stressed because they didn't relax and spent that time feeling guilty. So you have a horrible cycle of not actually relaxing. It's okay to take that time once or twice a week or more if you can to relax. Play a guitar, play a game, etc., but not for work. I really related to that. I've struggled to relax. Certic says, watching Asmon go from like some weird basement dwelling ragey boy to basically the face of content creation running an org has been one of the most satisfying personal development arcs I've seen. Yeah, I like Asmund a lot, Certic. I really like the guy. I know some people feel like he's been a little bit toxic and things. I haven't really seen that side of him. I've watched him a lot. I just like he's just a normal sort of gamer You know, he just has a laugh on stream, and I find him pretty funny as well. He's very open with saying like his core viewer is at like mid-30s balding male. I met balding male. It's like basically like me, right? It's aging 30-something viewer. Kind of like him, right, as well. And I think he does have a lot of those, and probably a lot of World of Warcraft players that are in that demographic as well, right, that started playing it in their 20s or teens or whatever, like I did. One of the fun, I did do a random story on Asmongold a while ago. Just, I know it's not UK scene, but I just did it as a funny thing. Thunder Fury, Asmongold's ghetto solution to internet outage after house struck by lightning, and I just did a silly picture. When was this? Yeah, this was like a year ago. He had his lightning struck his house and knocked out his internet, which I thought was an interesting story. And his solution was, he'll be well off, right? He'll be wealthy, Asmongold, with the streaming money he makes. But his solution, he bought a new modem and multiple 100-foot Ethernet cables to try and fix the problem. It's ghetto fixed. I have two 100-foot cables. One of them goes all the way downstairs to my modem, but they're not even 100-foot cables because I don't have them. But I do have 10 different connectors, so I've rigged all this up through different connectors. I'm not a problem solver, I'm a problem avoider, so I rigged it to where it doesn't matter. Just like get it done. I just like that side of him. I think it's pretty funny. Right, I'm done with the news stuff, everyone, for this week. I won't be around next week. Like I say, I've been Butlins with my old school friends, so I won't be around for the Esports News UK community Discord, but please keep it going. I'd like to keep it going every week, say 1 PM in the EN UK Discord, even if it's like 3 or 4 people playing. I think it's nice for people to get together and just chat, and I like to have created something for Esports News UK friends and readers. You don't have to be there every week. Of course you don't. I won't be there every week, but it's nice to do and catch up. If you want to chat and chill out on a Saturday and talk to people and play some games, please keep it going while I'm away. I'll be checking, if I remember, making sure it still keeps going. And thanks for those who tuned in today on the stream, on the thingy, the community games we did on Discord. I'll see you next time. Now, who wants to watch me doing World of Warcraft? Oh, we've got 4 viewers now. I'm going to go off. Thanks, everyone. Have a lovely evening. Lovely rest of your weekend. I hope to catch you real soon. Jess, it'd be great to play League with you at some point. I missed you earlier. It's been a while, and it seems you've got the intel and the knowledge that I don't have as much these days, talking about what beats Belveth and all that stuff. So, yeah, it'd be good to play with you again. And I'll see you next time, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Sacco signing out for now. See you next time.